fairly recently, I got to do a gig with Bill Frisell and Buddy Miller. Just the three of us. It was at Lincoln Center, part of their Jazz at Lincoln Center programming. And the gig was to choose songs from the Bristol sessions, the recording sessions from the late 20s that people call the birth of country music. So Carter family songs, Jimmie Rodgers songs, and there were some obscure old fiddle, old-timey tunes too. So the three of us each picked our favorite songs to learn and then came together for 2 days of rehearsal and found a way to play them together, just the three of us. And so it was Buddy on baritone guitar and electric guitar. Bill Frisell played electric guitar and I played fiddle and my tenor. And it was such a journey. I mean, the music making was full of surprises and we weren't very well rehearsed, but it was also just, for whatever reason, even though I was in a state-of-the-art, beautiful performing arts center and I should have been pretty nervous, I just felt so free to make whatever kind of sound that I felt like making with these masterful musicians. It was just very inspiring, and I feel like I went places that I don't always go, even with my own songs or my own music. I took chances, so that's a memorable performance. Another one is, this just popped into my mind, the first time that my partner Luke Jacobs and I went on tour in Italy, we somehow got booked at this big songwriters festival. And they always bring one American artist over. So in the past they had had Joni Mitchell and Tom Waits. Now I'm guessing they were having budgetary issues the year we got invited, but there we were at this thing. It was called Premio Tenco. And we were playing in one of the most beautiful theaters in Italy, in San Remo, right next to Cannes. And we just found ourselves on stage, this beautiful stage with very dramatic Italian lighting, playing for a theater of 5,000 Italians. And just, it was like, even though we're speaking a different language, we're singing in a different language, everyone could understand each other. We just were all in this together, and it was a really powerful moment playing music for those folks. And also just like, wow, I can't believe we're here. It was on national television, just one of those things you never would have thought you'd end up playing that festival in San Remo on TV in Italy. But there you are. It was really cool.
Yeah. Okay, so it was very interesting to me when I came across it. So I'm going to ask you about it. Did you know Brene Brown before she interviewed you?
I met her at the Texas Conference for Women, which happens in Austin every year. I don't know how many years they've been doing it now. But this last year, there were 5,000 participants, mostly all women, that attended. Really cool conference. They bring speakers from the arts, from CEOs, motivational speakers, to give speeches, and then there are workshops and things. So I got invited to perform in between the two keynote speakers, who were Brene Brown and a really powerful CEO businesswoman. In fact, she started one of the first kind of feminist magazines back in the 60s. I wish I could remember her name. Anyway, so I just got up there. I watched Brene speak first, before it was time for me to go. And I'm in a room of 5,000 women. That's an unusual gig. That's weird because it's just intense. Not only that, it was a luncheon, so it's like middle of the day, feels a little stiff, and I was nervous. Just, and I had to get up and just sing one song. And I watched Brene speak for about 15 minutes, and I was so excited to get up and play after that. Because, she's talking all about vulnerability and not being afraid to just let it out and be who you are, not be afraid to be silly in front of people. And so it was the best pep talk I could have gotten. And then after that, I got up and I sang one song in Spanish for the women, and it was great. And Brene loved it, and so she asked me to be a part of her Daring Greatly interview series after that.